It is international break again, and with that means it's time to introspect on what has happened so far in the Premier League title race. So I won't waste too much time. Let me just share my screen here immediately, and let me talk about the four teams here that I think could potentially be in a title race. That word and potentially is very important because I have Chelsea in here as well. We'll talk about Chelsea last. If you care a lot about Chelsea, you want to see about them, you can skip to this timestamp here, then we'll talk about Chelsea there. But if you don't care about Chelsea, then just follow the video along through the end, I suppose. I think I'll start off with Manchester City, who I think is title favourite. Of course, they are only ahead of Arsenal on goal difference. Now, Arsenal will get that goal difference up. They're going to play against a few weaker teams, but we'll talk about that in a bit. First, we'll look at Manchester City's fixtures, the fixtures they've played already, and the fixtures that are coming up. And I will only go as far as the 9th of November, and here is why. There is another international break coming up after the 9th of November. So there's a second half, I suppose, of the Premier League season. The Premier League seasons are quarters now. It's in a quarters rather than halves. But so far from Man City, what we've seen is they had very good results before the international break. After the international break, it did not look good at all for Man City. 2-2 against Arsenal without Martin Odegaard. I mean, really? They did not play convincing at all. The goal that Man City did concede was very poor. And struggling in the Carabao Cup against Watford, I mean, it's a B team, but they're struggling. Man City goes on to play Newcastle, struggles, doesn't win against Newcastle without Isaac. That is 2 games where Man City played against a strong opponent, to be fair, without their strongest player fit and failed to win. Then Man City went on to play Fulham. Fulham wasn't playing with Vinicius and again did not win. Or they did not win convincingly, should I say. They did win, but not convincingly. Manchester City has gotten 2 draws and a win. And 2 draws that feel very sour for Manchester City, I reckon. So, what have we learned from Man City? I don't think we have learned anything, to be fair. We have seen that they can win without Rodri. We have seen that they can play poorly with Rodri and without Rodri. The question is, going forwards, who is Man City playing now and why does it matter? Man City is going to have a lot of easy fixtures coming up. Wolves, Sparta Praha, Southampton. That is 3 easy fixtures in a row. Then Carabao Cup. In the Carabao Cup, Pep Guardiola has said, I am resting the main players I'm going to rest, or I'm going to play with academy players. So Carabao Cup, none of the Premier League starting 11 are going to be playing that full game. So then you go to Bournemouth, then you play Sporting, again, you expect Man City to win, then Brighton. That is this period between now and the next international break done. And you honestly expect anyone, Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool or Chelsea, to get 12 out of 12 from this bracket. So what you might expect here at the end of this period is Man City to be on top of the league with 29 points. But Arsenal is going to have those easy fixtures coming up too. Liverpool is going to have those easy fixtures, so that doesn't mean Man City is title favourites yet. But it does mean Man City is now going to get a chance to get top of the league early. Meanwhile, Arsenal has a bit of a tougher fixture list. Of course, playing against Bournemouth as well. Bournemouth is the toughest fixture here for Man City. It's the easiest fixture for Arsenal. Arsenal then go on to play Liverpool, Newcastle and Chelsea. And not only are they doing that, Shakhtar Donetsk, you expect to beat them, but that's sandwiched between these 2 games. Then you have Preston, okay, you expect to beat them. Then Newcastle, Inter, Chelsea. That is a difficult run of games for Arsenal. And I think Arsenal will do really well here to get 9 out of 12. I think win against Bournemouth, probably win against Liverpool because you're at home. Win against Chelsea because I do believe Arsenal's squad is better. And either a draw or a loss against Newcastle. We'll see. Arsenal is still unbeaten, just like Man City. But I don't think that Arsenal will have the full 12 points out of this fixture list. Not because I think Arsenal is worse than Man City per se. I do, but not per se because of that reason. Simply because, look at the fixtures. They are just a lot more difficult for Arsenal than for Man City. So Arsenal, after this, would probably be on 26 points if I had to predict here. 3 points behind Man City. Not the end of the world. Again, Man City is going to have more difficult fixtures coming up later. Then for Liverpool. This, and I'll talk about Liverpool together with Chelsea in fact. This is really the moment to prove, if you are Liverpool, that you are in a title race. Because Arne Slot, I've heard a lot about Arne Slot. What I predicted is Arne Slot is going to do very well, but when the pressure is on, he will crumble. That was my prediction at the start of the season. This is the opportunity for Arne Slot to prove me wrong. Plays Chelsea at Anfield, plays Aston Villa at Anfield. Brighton, I suppose, is quite difficult too sometimes, but sometimes they just crumble. If Liverpool, let's say they get 3 out of 12, or 6 out of 12, that would be very bad, and they would immediately fall behind. Like, that will bring them to what? 24. That will bring them to 24 points, when Arsenal is on 26 and Man City is on 29. Immediately, Liverpool is starting to fall behind already. So this is a period in time where Liverpool has to get those points. But the same can be said about Chelsea, because Chelsea also has this difficult run of fixtures. And what can we really say here except for Chelsea is lucky to be in the Conference League. Because look at who Chelsea is playing. Panathinaikos. Noah? Where the fuck is Noah? Bro, aren't you supposed to be on some ship somewhere, bruv? Bruv, get back on your ship, bro. The ship has left, bruv. And they play against Noah. Don't even know who that is. But they are really lucky to be in the Conference League here. Because you look at these fixtures. Liverpool, then they play against Panathinaikos. Panathinaikos? Sorry, I can't pronounce Greek. Meanwhile, who does Liverpool have to play against? Leipzig. Leipzig has a difficult opponent. Okay, we don't look at Carabao Cup. I do think that Chelsea and Liverpool both throw away the Carabao Cup, if I'm being honest. I don't think that they favor their fixtures, and I think they're both more worried about league form. But Liverpool might decide to go full in Carabao Cup. We'll see. But I think that they both throw away the Carabao Cup. So let's not even worry about this, right? Then, go to play against Man United, an easier opponent, a mid-table team that they're playing against. Then, they play against Noah, who forgot to get on his ship. The animals are gone already. Rip to them. So Chelsea gets to play against Noah, then gets their big game against Arsenal. Meanwhile, Liverpool, in preparation for their big game against Arsenal, Leipzig. And in preparation of their big game against Aston Villa, Leverkusen. That's a lot more difficult than what Chelsea has here. So for me, this period is really going to show us three main things. Let me get that on camera. 1. It's going to show us how good is Man City this season, which I think is always important to see. I don't think we know that yet. I really don't. I expect Man City to go and win a 5th title, but we don't really know. Rodri, there's a bit of a weirdness with De Bruyne now. Is he back? Is he not back? Nobody knows. So this is really to show how good is Man City after injuries here for the rest of this first half, I suppose, of the season. That's the first thing. The second thing is how good is Liverpool? Because Liverpool, I'm still not sure if they are in a title race or not. And the last is how good is Chelsea? Because I'm also not sure if they are in a title race. But I tell you one thing, yeah. I expect Arsenal to be in a title race. I expect Manchester City to be in a title race. And I say, how good is Man City? I'm not asking the question, is Man City in a title race? I am saying, if Man City is on their level, they win the 5th in a row, and it doesn't matter how good the rest is. But if Man City is below their level, then you can have the argument. Then you can look at Arsenal. Then you can look at Chelsea. I'm not glazing Arsenal here. I expect Arsenal, from what I've seen, they have had their difficult fixtures already. I expect Arsenal to be up there. I don't think that they have a chance to win if Man City is on it. Similarly, I don't think Liverpool or Chelsea, that it even matters if they're in a title race, if Man City is on it. But it is still interesting to know, will they be in a title race? What if this is Man City's year that they are worse? I mean, we say this every year. I don't think that's the case. But what if it is the year that Man City finally does drop off? Then you're looking at the teams around Man City who can potentially get the title. But here is my prediction, because I did say that I will do a prediction. So here is my prediction for the end of the title race here. Yeah, this guy is going to collect another trophy, and you guys have to stay humble. Thank you guys for sticking along to the end here. Tell me down below what you predict in the title race. You know what's funny? Imagine going up to somebody and saying stay humble. Then you bottle your chances against Newcastle and against... well, to be fair, he didn't get any chances against Fulham. Shit service, but didn't service himself either. But yeah, my predictions is Man City win the title, and doesn't really matter what you guys do. You're just valid, isn't it? You're just valid. You're trying your best, but your best just ain't good enough. So tell me what you guys think down below. I'm taking the piss now, by the way, I'm joking. Tell me down below what you guys think. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're getting close to 400. I really want to get to 400 subscribers by the end of the international break. Because your views always slow down in international break, which is very annoying. But I do believe if I get to 400 here before the end of the international break, I could potentially get to 500 subscribers, I believe, by the end of the year. But anyhow, let's see how that goes. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate that if you do. Tell me down below in the comments what you think, if you agree, disagree, blah blah blah. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.